listening to the minister extremely a lot. So although I was in the streets cutting up, I was out here doing things I had no business doing. Instead of me playing a lot of rap music, which I love rap, I love go-go, I started playing, no, I couldn't see it. I started playing the minister a lot. And that's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So I would play him the same way I would play my music. So I would have that going in my car. So even when I'm cutting up, and the whole time I was listening to him, I started gathering a self-accusing spirit. So from 95 to 99, his voice was awakening something inside of me. And it was called the self-accusing spirit. So that self-accusing spirit allowed me to look in the mirror and check myself. It allowed me to become more conscious of what I was doing. It allowed me to become more aware of the things that I was doing. And so I started feeling myself playing a tug of war with the streets and wanting to go right. So if you look at 95 to 99, 1998 was when I established the store Squash All Beefs. So that was part of that self-accusing spirit. So because I saw so many dark days, so I went from darkness to light. So this redemption thing, it had stages to it. And in that 1998, something came upon me, man, where, after being at the Mean Man March, after being a part of something like that, seeing that kind of power, seeing us together, I was forever changed. Because during that time, me and my crew, we was going through something. I won't go into the name of who we was going through it with, but we was beefing at that time. And so for the Mean Man March, the question was asked, man, what's going to happen if we see them jokers down there? You know what I'm saying? And we made a decision. Ain't nothing going to happen. So we left everything at home, man. We left everything at home. Matter of fact, you couldn't even drive down there, so we all got on a train. So on our way down there, it was just it was so different. I mean, it was women beeping horns at us. It was people, man, they was encouraging us, go, 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 because we was deep. And we went down there super deep. And, on our way to the subway station, all you saw was people like chanting, like pushing us, like go, go. And so when we got down there, man, the feeling that I felt, man, seeing people like your Will Smith before he became what he is today, your Sean Puffy Combs before he became what he is today, the Jay-Z's, I mean, so many people was down there. But then just the world was there. And so it started that process of what I'm talking about, redemption. So the stages for me, because I can only give my own personal testimony, and hopefully, because we all come from the same walk, nothing about my life is unique. So hopefully people all over everywhere can relate and say to themselves, damn, I know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you on that. So although I left the Mean Man March and did not leave the streets completely, I left there with a different mindset. And that mindset, caused me to say, I want to listen to this man a little bit more. I already knew about him. I was already dibbling and dabbling with consciousness because of one of my men who had passed, my man Fats. He was already claiming Islam, and then my Aunt Sarita, who was already in the nation. So I would go past her house and grab tapes. But I started banging his tapes in my car. So it'd be playing all day, regardless of what I was doing. So even if I was on the block, you know what I'm saying? When I got back in my car, I had the minister thumping. And so then I started going to the meetings. If he was out of town, I'd travel and go see that. If he came to the convention center, I'd go downtown and see that. Every now and then I'd dip my head in the mosque. And like I said, the process of redemption, man, it started changing me. And, it caught me off guard. That's why I know it was spiritual, because, I had no idea what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I just was like, I started looking at my surroundings. I started looking at my influence. And because I've always been a leader, I had people follow me into what I was doing. So whatever I would do, I can get people to go and join me in it. So the same way, I came up with Squash Your Beefs, and you saw men, all up and down East Capitol, all through Lincoln Heights, Clay Terrace. I mean, the whole area showed me crazy love. You know what I'm saying? I'm forever thankful for our area, especially 58 where I grew up at. I mean, they held it down. it was the kickoff for me being successful in business. You know what I'm saying? Because the community really got behind it. But when I saw that I had that kind of influence and I was developing a self-accusing spirit, I started saying to myself, man, you got to do something with this influence, man. You know, you got to do something different, man. And so it was some people even pulling on me, telling me, Slim, man, you probably got to clean up, brother, because you got a lot of people looking at you. You got a lot of people, man, that's ready to go whatever way you go. And so it got to the point that, man, instead of me going to the mosque by myself, and brothers is in the nation, they'll tell you, I'm dreaded out. I got the dreads. Whoever was seeing me back then when we was in the streets, man, we had the dreads way before people's doing it now. I'm walking around with that. Man, my crew got the same thing I'm talking about. But we coming up in the mosque, man, about 10 or 12 deep. But, man, I'm talking, we just come from the block. We come straight off the block, right into the mosque. You know what I'm saying? And we listening to the lecture. And then we get through the end of the lecture. And, you know, sometimes we get in our cars and we'll build on it. We'll chop it up on what we heard. And we were like, damn, man, that was deep. That was serious. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the subjects are touch home. Some of the subjects may be talking about violence. Some of the subjects may be on drug abuse. Some of the subjects may be on killings and different things going on in the neighborhood, baby mama drama, all the stuff that we was going through. So we was able to relate with the message. So for me, it started the process of redemption, the subject that we talking about today. And, 1998, 99, something came over me. So again, from 85 to like 94, 95, all dark. You could get me to do anything. You know what I'm saying? You can get my crew to do anything. That's when we was getting the most trouble. That's when I caught the most charges. I'm not going to go over my charges because, you know, I don't want to display that. It's not a secret, but, you know, over the last 20 years, I'd have met so many people, and those people, they see me as Coach Shue, they see me as Brother Harold. They wouldn't even be able to identify with some of the things I've been arrested for and charged with and had to go to court and fight and beat the whole 9 yards. Although they know I'm not no angel who dropped out the sky. But I've been able to conduct myself in a way now that, you know, this new man that they know, you know, they appreciate that man. So I want to keep that man in front of them, but I do want them to know that, you know, we all fall down, but we get up. You know what I'm saying? That song say, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down and got up. So I'm one of those that fell down and got back up. But 1999 in particular became like a real fanatic kind of a change for me. And 1999 kind of hit, and man, I was like, you couldn't keep me away from hearing that message from the minister. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't stop me from going to Chicago to Savior's Day, although I wasn't in the nation. You couldn't stop me from going to one of their big meetings or one of their big events, although I wasn't in the nation. So because I was around so much, you know, the brothers started coming in my shop. The brothers started coming to see me. You know, the brothers started inviting me out, asking me to come back. A couple of times they asked me and my crew to come up in the office because they was just like, man, y'all keep coming up in this joint, man. Y'all be coming up in this joint deep. We know where y'all coming from, man. How can we help? And so with that happening, you know, it kind of got me. So one of the bigger things that got me, I had a cousin to come home who was locked up for a while. And he was locked up like 11 years, my cousin Bob. And he got to sharing with me because he was asking, because he was in the Islam, and he asked me, man, what got you into to that man? You know what I'm saying? Because when he came home, he came in the shop, I'll never forget it. He came in the shop and he was so happy to see us. And when he looked around the store, he was like, damn, Slim, man, you got a clothing store. And I remember telling him, yeah, everything in this joint is yours. So I shared with him that, man, everything in here is yours. And he said, what? He kind of melted. And he was like, it's mine. I said, yes, it's yours. And so me telling him that it was his, he was like, huh? So I said, man, grab whatever you want to grab. You know what I'm saying? So he started, what's up with you? He started, he started grabbing outfits or whatever. Then I pulled some money out of my pocket, because at this time we rolling. Put that in his hand. I said, man, go get some shoes, go do whatever you're going to do, this and another. our cousins and stuff was in there. They did the same. And me and him, let me try to get you on for you. And me and him started building. And so he saw my influence. But one of the things that got me that he shared with me, and you probably can relate to this yourself, I was telling them my stages of redemption. I was saying from 85 to 95, it was dark. Wasn't no redeemer. You know what I'm saying? From 85 to like 94, wasn't no redeemer. And I was sharing that 95 to 99, my mind started changing. I developed a self-accusing spirit. And I was saying right after the Million Man March for me, you know what I'm saying? It was like a hell of a thing. So Bobby came home in 99. And that's when I was in like a real flip mode. Like, it's time to get gone. You know what I'm saying? It's time to change. And he was sharing with me that behind the wall, he said, for the Million Man March, he said, shooter, man. He said, let me tell you something. And I remember getting in tears because he said, man, you know, we was locked down, Slim. He said every jail all over the country got the word on the Million Man March that we got to shut them down because when this man speak, he got influence inside these jails. So he said he was behind the wall. He said, but they told the guards, Slim, you at least got to put that joint on TV so we could see it. And he said, man, the whole lot, he said, everything shut down, everything stopped. He said, and they was all looking at the joint. He said, I'm talking about killers. He said, shooter, anything that you could think of, conniving dudes, cruddy dudes that was on taking. He said, Slim, they all stopped. He said, man, he said, and when the minister started telling us the pledge, he said, brothers started taking their hands out of the bars, reaching to other men that was in those cells and grabbing their hands. When he sharing this with me, y'all, I started watering up because I started picturing it. And he said, man, killers holding hands. And as the minister say, I pledge, say your name. He said the whole Lord was saying their name, Bruh B, whatever else, whatever your name was, the whole jail saying it. You know what I'm saying? From this day forward, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? And so he said, man, that's how that was in there, Slim. He said, so for like a week, wasn't no stabbings, wasn't no killings, wasn't no nothing up in Lorton. Jokers like chilled out, said the guards was even like, they embraced it like, damn.
It was a big thing.
Huh?
It was a big thing.
Yeah. So you caught, where was you at that time? You was in Lorton at that time?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but
I just remember it being really big.
Yeah.
It was big.
Yeah.
Two things back then, the OJ trial, motherfucker was tuned in.
Yeah.
Million Man March. Like certain things, yeah, she got different.
Yeah. So he said that to me, and it was like, damn. And so as he, like I said, when he was saying it, I watered up, but I didn't know at that time I was developing a self-accusing spirit. So I'm saying, damn, if that joint had that kind of effect in there, I'm like, man, this shit's serious.
But what's redemption? Like, how do you see that?
So redemption, I mean, you know, to see, like to fall and now to redeem yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like what you doing. You know what I'm saying? You come off of a journey. You know what I'm saying? And now you giving the legal world a shot. Something that I was just saying we wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? Man, you giving it a chance. You in classes. You been home a year now. You know what I'm saying? And not to, you know, I'll let you tell your own story, but you're in front of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You employed, not for no pennies. You know what I'm saying? You done took all these tests. You done took a supervisor test now. That's redemption. So that's a man that I was just saying, like the song say, we fall down, but we get up. For a saint is just a sinner who fell down, but then got up. You know what I'm saying?
So you think so like, I never looked at it like that. So
Okay.
I said like a person who failed and getting up and they struggle. They doing nice. You think they should feel a certain type of way because of the redemption? So because I think it's an emotion that I like people right don't pay attention to.
Well, see, what happened is the person that's actually doing it, you're not affected by it, but you affect other people. So redemption got something to do with the outside people looking at the person that's being redeemed.
But it gotta affect me. I mean,
it affect you. It affect you personally because of the things that you doing. but the people that's witnessing it do something else to them.
And I'm saying it because I never thought of it. So now you're saying, I mean, yeah, I guess it could be like a little self-motivating factor.
Yeah.
Yes, it could, but I mean,
Because we got a man, I'm not gonna say his name, but you know what I'm talking about. We got a man that since you've been home now, he done took a job and went to school.
Oh yeah.
Never worked a day in his life.
Yeah.
Never took no class a day in his life. You know what I'm saying? And when you came home, probably thought, okay, I got a wall partner with me on this block. You know what I'm saying? But then he calling you, where you at? I'm in school. We here now, man. I'm down in this government building about to get this other little test. We here now, man. Them people just hide me. Hey, you coming out tomorrow? I got to go to work in the morning.
Well, they must have been good because he doing good.
Because
he doing good like that.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So before you know it, them phone calls change, and you're like, damn. So,
well, the fight for redemption, I think.
Yeah.
Since when you give it a look.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I mean, people should fight for it. I think it's something that people should become more self-conscious of.
mm-hmm.
Because like every little step you take, different from what you did before, probably is like a redemption factor too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you redeeming yourself. It's because if somebody try to hold you to what any of us, they try to hold us to what we was 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If you redeemed yourself, you're not that same man. You're not that same guy. You know what I'm saying? So whoever ain't seen us in 30 years, you know what I'm saying? They gonna reflect on something 30 years ago, but it's like.
Do you think we not the same people?
I think we grow. I think those are things that make us who we are today.
Yeah.
Right. They make us who we are today.
So you're not a different person.
Right.
You're just a more finished version
Product.
of it.
Yeah, you more polished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the things that your journey is in you, but being redeemed from it, it's part of you, but it's behind you. It's in your rearview mirror. You know what I'm saying? So almost like, see, if you being redeemed, family, you looking through the front windshield. You looking through the front windshield. Everything in that rearview mirror start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Although you know it's back there, you passed it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's hard for somebody to say, like, if somebody tried to tell anybody's story of 30 years ago, you know, that jump on sound. Like the person that met me 10 years ago, like somebody saying, there's somebody identifying me from a 30 year ago experience. They're gonna be talking
that you get the version of who you are.
Right, they're gonna be talking a foreign language to that person. They're gonna be like, who? What? You talking about co-shooter? Mm-hmm. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I remember, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, but that ain't him, that's my man. He's such because they done seen a 10-year run of
but that's
something
life.
totally different.
That's life. That's like when we talk about our moms.
Mm-hmm.
It's a totally different
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like, that's life.
Yeah.
So we gotta look forward to the growth and I guess the redemption aspect that's gonna come with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely never look at it like that. Even when you say something about it, I ain't personalized.
Yeah. So redemption is you know, you picking up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? Almost like you familiar with the Tookie Williams story.
Yeah, from California.
Yeah, he had a movie. He had a movie called The Price of Redemption. You know what I'm saying? No, he never came home. He tried, you know, they killed him. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger went on and killed him. You know what I'm saying? After he squashed them beefs, he had the Bloods and the Crips to tie the bands together. He made comic books. He made books for people that was locked up.
I remember that.
Man, he rehabilitated a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He the one who was responsible for the Crips in California, man. He redeemed himself, man. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, he saw the books. He saw the influence. He saw the big party, the pop with both Bloods and Crips together. They tied their do-rags together, and he still said, nah, we're going to give him the gas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I took a real, I haven't liked Arnold Schwarzenegger since that time. You know what I'm saying? I never knew him personally, but from that time, yeah, when he still gas slim, I was like, you know what I'm saying, excuse my expression, but I was just like, you know,
as you should.
Fuck him.
As you should. As
you know what I'm saying?
Should.
Yeah, I was like,
we should.
There's nothing nobody can say to me about him. You know what I'm saying? Because he gas slim and slim at shoulder, man. Man, I'm redeemed. You ain't got to kill me. Let me keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a voice. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we needed.
Jokers know that I'm Tookie. I'm that guy. I started the Crips.
Yeah, I read the book. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I started the Crips and now they listening to me, I'm able to reach them, calling home, telling them, look, man, shut that shit down. That's my thing. I don't want to set this up. It's over. And they listening, and you say, nah, kill him.
So that's the reason why.
Yeah.
The influence he got.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You need the Bloods and Crips to keep the bullshit going.
With people that get the old heads that get the influence, well, we don't listen to them.
But some of us do. Like we don't listen by the thousands.
And I'm gonna change that.
Yeah, we don't listen by the thousands.
Just now saw something today. Yeah. I mean, it's a little report there.
Yeah,
it's a little report even when it goes without saying sometimes.
Yeah. It's dudes, it's people that see it and they inspire. You know what I'm saying? It's people that see our walk. You know what I'm saying? Because I know personally, I know how I affected people that was around me. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? I could have stayed doing what I was doing. And, everybody would have been with it. You know what I'm saying? But to not be doing it, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So, so that redemption piece, man, again, I was just sharing with them personally, how it happened with me, you know what I'm saying? And how I got into the whole little self-accusing spirit thing. And I was saying 1999, after talking to Bob, and he was expressing that to me, I started riding around in the car a lot by myself, man. And although I was cutting up and I was doing shit I had no business doing in that car, you know what I'm saying? I really was moved different. You know what I'm saying? And I had people in my corner, man, like telling me, man, you gotta chill out. You know what I'm saying? Bruh B was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because when Bruh B came home, he didn't know when he went home, he went in 89. So when he come home in 99, he's seeing my influence. And so he was one of the ones saying to me, Slim, you gotta tighten up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm this, that, and other. He like, nah, you gotta tighten up, bro. He was like the main one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tighten up. I'm like, I'm good. He was like, you're not good.
So, I mean, what you get out of that?
I mean,
what I listen to anybody? Like, what did you get out of? Because you was tighter than Brother B at the time. Mm-hmm. He can see your faults better than you could. Right.
And so because he could see my faults and he could see what was going on with how other people was moved with it, he was like, Slim, you got a lot of people, man, that by accident, man, you're responsible for. You know what I'm saying? If this shit go wrong, you know what I'm saying? The weight is on your shoulder. And so again, I developed a self-accusing spirit. I started feeling that. And one of the things that got me one day, I'm around B Street. And I never forget this day, man. My man Pork, man, rest in peace, Pork. Pork dead now, but Pork was trying to debate me with Christianity and Islam. And nobody really ever heard me express my thoughts on both. And the block packed on B. Everybody gambling, they doing everything. And man, I was blessed to articulate myself in a way that it stopped the crap game. Everybody that was drinking, they stopped.
Y'all was going back and forth?
We was going back and forth. And he shut down.
He knew what he knew?
He knew what he knew. He thought he knew what he knew. You know what I'm saying? And he shut down. And when he shut down, he kind of like bowed and said, Slim.
You got it.
He said, Slim, I wasn't ready. And so I got in my car and pulled off, but everybody was like running behind the car, like, come back. And I remember looking in the mirror, that rearview mirror that day, and the stuff that Bruh B was saying to me, I said, damn, Slim, I gotta tighten up. And one of my men, which is Rock called me the next day, because Rock was coaching with me down Marshall Heights, and Rock was like, Slim, I'm coaching with you all this time, and you ain't saying nothing about none of this. He like, that shit was crazy, what you just did. I ain't never looked at none of that like that. This and I ain't never think about none of that stuff you were saying. And so, in that, my self-accusing spirit just started eating at me. So every time I would do dirt, so every time, self-accusing spirit. It's one inside you.
I know it, but now that I'm saying it, I know what you're talking about, but we might have touched on it, but I think, you need that.
Yeah.
You can't get no growth without that own thing.
Yeah, you could. I couldn't. And that his voice got louder. You know what I'm saying? In my ears. So every time I would cut up. So every time I'm going to serve somebody, right? That voice was like, man, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. It was like, but of course I want the money. You know what I'm saying? So I got the shop going on and I'm still doing what I'm doing. So I'm thinking I'm being slick. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm eating on both ends. So that addiction alone, the money part, it's hard to shake that. But the voice growing. Because I'm going to the mosque, I'm not registered as a FOI. I'm just going because I love what they saying. I love the minister.
How old were you?
1999, I was
27, 20.
I was like 28 years old.
So, any youngin' out here on the street right now, they later to be 28, usually they kind of make it.
But the stages, remember I said,
they
from 85 to 94, I was dark. But you got to remember 94 was Sade.
I get it.
So,
I get your whole journey.
you're right, I was 23.
You understand the next one?
Right, but when I saw Sade,
she had effect on you.
yeah, when I saw Sade, it was like,
It's a wake up call.
nah.
When I left, like a lot of things played its part.
Yeah, you left.
But I
Sade
still
was
see
born
it as
in December. We got locked up September.
September.
Sade, we got locked up September 18th. I got out October 24th for my birthday. So I was locked up till October 24th. Sade was born December 17th.
I remember that.
When she was born, that's 1994, about to go into 95. That's why I said earlier, I said from 85 to 94, it was dark for me. But then when I held her, I'll never forget how I was like, I got to be on the streets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got to live. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I gotta live. You know what I'm saying? And so I changed some of the things I was doing, but I didn't completely leave the streets. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Took you how long to really register?
it took, yeah. And then,
How long was it
oh man.
after that?
So let me share this with y'all. Then I was trying to, so I'm trying to raise her into Islam, but I haven't registered, right? So I'm going through my redemption process, but I'm drinking. And so I'm showing her how to pray, but she can smell alcohol on my breath. So now she like 3 or 4 years old, my daughter, man. And one day we had got through praying. And she said, Daddy, Allah don't want us hurting ourselves. So she like 4 years old, man. We in our bedroom, man. And I said, nah, he don't want us hurting ourselves. And I never forget, she took her little ass fingers, her 3 to 4 year old fingers, and pressed them on my forehead.
Third eye.
And said, he don't want us drinking either. And I said, you right. And I didn't stop immediately. But I'm like, damn, I started doing dumb shit. I started chewing gum when I was around her. I started doing shit that was just like so stupid. And it was like, because she living with me, you can't duck that. What you doing? When you coming out there and you trying to hide from your daughter, because she's smart enough now to get up under you and smell your breath and be like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? And it was having an effect. You know what I'm saying? So it was that was the journey. You know what I'm saying? It was those things that started that redemption. And like I said, so when 99 come, 99, she 5. You know what I'm saying? Bruh B come home, he see what he see, he telling me what he think. You know what I'm saying? I guess everybody around at the time, they ain't want to cross that line and saying something. You know what I'm saying? Because some of that stuff they was benefiting off.
But they can't see it. You can't
Yeah.
see it, they probably couldn't see it.
Yeah, but if they did see it, they were saying it to him. And some of it they was saying to him because some of the stuff he was coming to me with, he wasn't on the streets to witness it. You dig what I'm saying? So he may run down a joint like, Slim, you dare shoot, blah, 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 dip, dip, dip. Man, but then you taking people to the mosque. Like Slim.
Okay, yeah, I can see brother being there.
Yeah, he like Slim. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. But I'm fighting it at the time because of what was going on, what youngins going through now. There's some youngins out here that's going to listen, that's listening, that's going to say, man, I'm trying to shake that shit. I'm trying to get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying, you got to listen to that voice in your head. You know what I'm saying? And in the process of redemption, on the price of redemption, you're going to be tried.
I know what I'm saying. I just left a little, I was running away.
Mm-hmm.
A little dude, something happened to a dude say, yeah, I'm that stupid young nigga y'all be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm him. I'm stupid. Like, I was like, dang. He grabbed that motherfucker.
That's what he said?
Yeah, so I was just looking like, dang.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh, but it was around the way.
I mean, because he was saying something about something. Yeah, oh, I'm going to do that, I'm do this, I'm going to do that. And he was like, yeah, I'm that stupid young motherfucker y'all be talking about.
Dang. I probably know the young one too.
I don't know. I was laughing. I was like, dang. He grabbed that motherfucker. I mean, they got to go to the court.
And they was out there, what they was out there getting into something, or he just...
Some shit happened. Some shit happened with an old head, and the old head told him, and he was like, what? Who? What? You what?
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't nothing, but I just said he was looking back at us. I'm like, yeah, I'm that dumb motherfucker y'all talking about.
Right.
I mean, I look at him and I go, but he gonna have a redemption point at some time if we make it.
Yeah.
He gonna have a point where like, God dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't trying to be that dumb nigga.
Nah. We can't be that. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's that voice. You know what I'm saying? That's that voice that comes up in your head. You know what I'm saying? And so that joint got louder and louder and louder for me. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't duck it. So every time I would cut up or do something I had no business doing, it was a constant reminder. You know what I'm saying? And I had to go cold turkey. You know what I'm saying? And I shut down. I shut down in a way that it crushed relationships. You know what I'm saying? But nobody knew that it was a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? And it was that redemption.
But that what saves you. Religion.
No. What religion? It was the self-accusing spirit.
Spirituality.
Yeah. It was. See, it wasn't religion. It was more so. Man, the real me. You know what I'm saying? The thing that's inside of me. You know what I'm saying? It because when we was in the streets, that was survival. You know what I'm saying? But there was also another part of us way before the streets came that wasn't developed, and it took a U-turn because of the environment that we was in. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of caught myself. So the spirit...
You could see us in suits and briefcases and shit back then just because we listened to somebody else.
No. Not suits and briefcases, but I could see if the environment wasn't what it was, I could see maybe me taking something else serious that I was into. Right. If the environment
wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
yeah. I could see that. But because it was there, you know what I'm saying, it was so prevalent, you know what I'm saying, it was easy to choose that. You know what I'm saying? It was real easy to choose because it was at your front door. And then you already struggling. You know what I'm saying? So with that struggle, you know what I'm saying, you like, man, I can't keep struggling. You know what I'm saying? This is the easiest when you seeing people your age and younger getting it.
Man, that was life.
You know what I'm saying? You seeing a 14-year-old and you 14 years old and he got a car.
Yeah, I know you're gonna get you one.
Yeah, you like, man, I can't keep on being hungry. So our development at some point got disturbed.
Do you have a unapologetic mind state about your past?
Unapologetic? I don't have an unapologetic, because I do know the role that I played, so I am apologetic about it. I don't blame myself for it because I know I didn't make the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not responsible for orchestrating the game, but I am responsible for some things that went wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Part of the game.
Yeah, but I'm playing a hand that ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, going into the casino. You know what I'm saying?
That's your hand.
That ain't your hand in the casino.
No, the hand you had back then, that was yours. That ain't belong to nobody else.
No.
Shit, that
No, sir.
Shit, that
what
was your,
did the real say?
You played the whole hands and you made the decision. You cut the cards you wanted to cut. You done that.
No, I ain't want to cut it.
See, you gotta. See, I accepted a little
Other
more
people are
openly.
watching with you.
I accepted it was what it was. I mean, you know,
the streets.
You won if you survive. Then you run.
But
what's that? If you survive, you won.
As youth out there. You're right, Naria. You're right. So like Narita
Man,
said,
law, God's law, universal law. Can't escape universal law.
yeah,
Calm as a motherfucker.
yeah.
I mean, we all
Never.
gonna go there. So you say,
You never escape. You
So
don't
you
pay
say,
one way or the other.
if you in the streets and the streets are taking us away,
Mm-hmm.
you say, you get to an age, you say, that ain't happening to me. And you survived it. You tell me that I should be worrying about karma?
I was coming.
I mean, but you think I should be
You
worried
may be
about
living it. Like me, I'm living my
what,
karma.
what was I supposed to do? Say, no, get me?
Hmm?
What was I supposed to do back then? Say, no, somebody get me.
No, I don't work like that.
How do you even, you gotta live with that like, man. How do you say, nah, I messed up, because I won?
What part you talking about?
For survival in the streets.
Right, but what you saying? How should you look at what you doing?
Yeah, so like if like right now we all still here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people now.
Right.
Am I supposed to feel like? I mean, yeah, I can look back and I see wreckage, but I see it all around me. I'm just saying in my review.
Mm-hmm.
I see wreckage everywhere. But and coming up in there, I mean, I had to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you supposed to look back and feel sorry for surviving?
Nope.
No, you ain't supposed to feel sorry for surviving. But what you're supposed to be able to do is look at what you was into to survive, learn from that. You know what I'm saying? And be able to say to yourself, you know, that ain't the life.
It's a little more to me than that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That ain't.
But that is. We can say what you want. That's the life.
No,
The youngest that's living out there, they gotta be a certain type of way.
But they don't have to.
No, you don't.
They don't have to.
Man, Shorty said, I'm that dumb nigga. If he'd have said,
You know why?
I'm the most smartest, I go to school, they'd have told him to get off the block.
No, but you know why?
He wouldn't be able to stand on what he's talking about.
He said that. He said that, Black, because he thought that that's what get him respect.
No, because he's living that.
He
That's
thought,
what-
but
that's what he living.
But you can say something intelligent and get the same amount of respect he can on that same block.
Man, forget that. The man is saying at his age, for him right now, he living a certain type of way. You telling him if he do what, it's gonna be different.
The real say at that time,
Man, you got small hustlers. And you
With
got,
the
like you say, you got
mentality
people
that
that's
we
on
had,
dummy missions.
we thought our way of surviving out there. You're right. That's a fact. That's a fact. But again, a young in that age and that undeveloped, he don't know that he could have said something intelligent and would have got the same response.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah,
couldn't.
he could.
A whole lot like
couldn't.
5% is
I done did it.
Yeah.
You ain't that young.
I
You
done
ain't never did it at that age.
No, I done said something
You
being
ain't
young.
do it at that age.
I don't know what age he is.
But it's dudes that done it at that
He's
age.
sure about 20. He young. I mean, to me, look, he might be 20.
But it was dudes doing it that age back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole lot of 5%ers that was out there in the street.
Yeah.
What they was doing? What, walking on the corners? Like, what they were doing?
Robbing, stealing,
And
selling
then-
bricks.
Y'all two need to stop.
No, it's a fact.
Y'all two need to stop. Who listened to him? We can't even say their name because ain't nobody gonna know them.
That's
And ain't
good.
nobody gonna know them
That's where
because
it's
they
supposed
went
to be.
the way they went. They don't have no effect on it.
No,
when
no,
you
no.
in that,
No, it's an effect.
see, y'all try to polish that world up, man.
No,
It's no.
it's an effect. It has an effect, but it
What has
gradually,
an effect?
it gradually like
Now, there you go.
Right,
That word
it-
right there.
it-
It
it-
gradually evolves.
right.
But
so
where he at right now,
but that
Shorty
seed-
is not telling a lie.
No. But it once like say for instance, somebody pull him up and say something to him now, that seed is dropped.
There's no question. Because
Right.
I felt it. I was like,
Yeah.
man, maybe I should say something to
That
him.
seed is
And
dropped.
I know it won't resonate right now.
Exactly.
But it will
So he gonna
later.
sit back-
He gonna sit
But
back.
it's going to have to take its time. He going to have to grow. It's not going to be no I done told you type of situation. Now, we always look back and say, look, I did this, I did that. You don't have to do this. But the person actually do have to go through what they go through.
Mm.
It's the most idiotic thing, but that's life.
Yes, yeah, but that seed get dropped, it helps.
And no question, we use them.
Yeah, it helps.
We still talk about them now. That's what we be talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that were told us now, but it didn't resonate until we was able to say, damn, I see that. I see it a little differently now.
Yeah, it's a process, but you still gotta say it. So
Oh,
my
no
thing
question,
is
yeah.
you gotta say it.
We have to.
Yeah, you gotta say it to them, even if they walk away and still do what they do, because even us, like I said, 85 to 94, I saw a baby girl. '94. I said, damn, I gotta live, but I still was out there. I'm only 21 years free of committing any crime. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing else legal after 2002. My daughter was born in 1994. I had my second child in 2000. You know what I'm saying? But my mind with the streets wasn't the same as it was 85 through 94. You know, I was trying to escape now. Like, I'm looking for my way out. Like, man, this shit, it's for the birds, Slim. I got something to live for. You know what I'm saying? I got something to do. You know what I'm saying? And so those seeds that was dropped in 93, in 94, because there was some seeds dropped on, Fats was trying to push Islam on us back then. He was taking them, he stopped eating pork. Remember, he was buying cheese pieces and veggie pieces, and we laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? We thinking it was a joke, and my name Ramil. We like, man, stop it, man.
It was more spiritual.
Right, but we was like, stop it, bro.
But what he was doing, he still was out there with us, current pistol.
Yeah, he was cutting up.
Because it was spiritual.
Yeah.
He felt something.
Yeah.
But he didn't know the way out of this
Yes,
lifestyle.
sir. Yes, sir. I was definitely ready for change.
That's what it was.
Damn, what's good, Dick?
Big D.
Naria, you right. Say what we use now, we didn't use then. Ways of communication, that's a fact. Ways of reducing conflict, etc. That's a fact. The game, we see.
So do everybody out there feel as though we're in a better position now than we were in the late 80s and then mid 80s when we got in the street?
I think the youngers got more options.
So we're in a better place.
You know what I'm saying? I think the youngers got more options. So we ain't had the same options. You know what I'm saying? And so they got way more. The game will always be the game people want. Change until they get ready for the change. That's right, Wade. The real put, even as a female, I looked for an outlet, and I was raised Muslim, but I still took a different route. Right? D said what's happening.
She took her journey.
Mm-hmm.
She took her journey.
Most definitely, we are. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. So the youngest today, they got more choices. See, our thing was survival for money. There's so many ways to get money now. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the dudes in the streets don't even look better than the dudes that's getting legal money. You know what I'm saying? The street dudes back when we was coming up looked better than everybody. The street dudes had more than everybody. The street dudes had better cars than the teachers. The street dudes had better cars than the business people. The street dudes had more jewelry. The street dudes had everything. You know what I'm saying? The street dudes now, they don't look better than us. They begging us.
Because we're a product of what we talking about.
They asking us for money.
I think when they become the leaders, I think it's gonna be. I think the future is brighter than it ever could have been. I like it.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. It might be. We gonna see.
I'm in some wild spots, but I like it. I
Yeah.
like the old little thing.
Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see. But
43 minutes. Yeah, 43 minutes.
I'm at 43 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at some stuff. Renell said, "I want more for myself and our people." Islam
Always feel like that.
was and is the answer to survival. That's a fact.
For some, I agree.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I definitely
It show had a serious effect on myself
and me as well.
Yeah, and my wife
Me as well.
and my wife was a part of that. She was part of one of those voices. At that time, she wasn't my wife, but she was one of those voices in my ear, because I was venting to her, saying that, Slim, I gotta get gone. You know what I'm saying? And she was one of them voices like, man, get gone then. But I couldn't just get gone. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like what was happening, you know, I couldn't shake what I thought I was getting away with. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the creator definitely he opened my eyes up to something that was brewing for me too, though. You know what I'm saying? And that was the bigger thing. And the bigger thing to close, you know what I'm saying, 'cause we want to close. The bigger thing on the close for youngers out there, man, when I saw it getting warm, because it ain't get hot yet, but I saw it getting warm, you know, the creator exposed them people for me. And I was able to see some things that, you know, early enough that, man, I was able to make a decision. and they made a few mistakes. I don't even know if they made a few mistakes. I don't know how it happened, but I'm gonna say because I changed at a particular time and it was spiritual, they ain't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Because they came all the way to the point where they was at my house. You know what I'm saying? They was already in front of my store. They was already taking pictures of the shop. They was already doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they was now getting comfortable enough to show up at the house. Not run in the house, but just show up and be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And those, to me, those was conscious joints. Tap me on the shoulder saying, hey, Slim,
You get them.
stop playing. Yeah, stop playing.
Pay attention.
Zach, what's good? Yeah, my wife said, you always said Allah had to turn you upside down to empty you completely out. And that's a fact. And that's what he did because I thought I was going to run with the money.
I told you, you told me.
Yeah, I thought I was going to run with the money. So I said, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And Allah said, okay, let me see. And he did this. So I got the bag. And he like, He shook all that shit out. You got nothing now. Now let me see if you with me.
None of all the stuff I gave you coming up, you gotta utilize.
You got to get it all over again.
Yep.
Yeah. So here we go,
And
man.
it took everything.
We unapologetic, man. So in closing,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, man, keep on growing, man. Reach out, cause we definitely gonna have conversations, man, and enjoy y'all week, man.
In closing, I'm gonna say, man, to the youngers, they're struggling, man. They're trying to figure their way out, man. Look, man, try to change your circle. You know what I'm saying? If you want out, look for some people that's doing something different. You know what I'm saying? I know it's somebody around you, man, a cousin, a uncle, a big homie, somebody, man, that may be doing something that you might be intrigued with, man. They might be doing real estate. They might be doing business. Man, they might be doing contract work. They may be electrical engineer. You know what I'm saying? Man, go ride with them for a week or two, man, and tell them what you're going through. And tell them that you want to get out, man, and ask them, how can you get out? You know what I'm saying? And ask them, man, is it light at the end of that tunnel? And, share your world with them. You know what I'm saying? And if there's any youngers that y'all want to put with us, you know what I'm saying? Again, the DM is always open, man. Put a youngin'. I don't have no problem with explaining to a youngin' and telling a youngin', you know what I'm saying? What my journey was, what I went through, and then the greatest decision in my life was to go in business. You know what I'm saying? So for all the youngins, man, the opportunity is way greater now, but the greatest decision I ever made was to go into business for myself. One of the greatest decisions I ever made. So in closing, let me say I saw a couple of more things. My man, Whoa, what's good with you, Whoa? Damn said you still had some money left. Cut it out, man.
My man.
Cut it out, man. Big Whoa, what's good, man? Cut it out. They ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It don't have nothing to do with it. Ain't no street, nothing. Ain't no street money nowhere. Every dollar now got a check behind it. So it's traced. It's tracked.
Starting next month, Fed now.
Oh, the currency.
Yep.
Boy, I told you
Yeah.
I stay out the people way. You see what they do?
Man.
You see the
think
records
about
the
them
people
man.
leave? You keep thinking about the records. You better act like you know.
Man, them people going
All
down.
right. See,
But
that's
look, man,
just, bro. You got to rebel your spirit.
they going down. They going down.
I mean, you might be
Love
right.
you too, soldier. Oh, D said he love both of us.
Love you,
Black.
man. Pull up on you soon, man.
Hey, man, so the price of redemption, man, and the process of redemption, man. Stay tuned. Next Sunday, Man Code. Naria put redemption. Bob gave the true definition of his song. Absolutely. Much love to you guys. That's right. Home